So we're going to talk about the reading experience I recently had. So, quick story. I wanted to get back into reading. I had a friend who's an avid reader. Asked for her opinion if I was to have any one book placed in front of me to try to get me back into it, something I can really dive into, what she thinks that would be. Her choice is Ready Player One. It's around here somewhere. I'm not going to look for it. I had already seen the movie, so I had an idea of what the story was. So, I picked it up. Sounded great. I love the concept. We're living in this futuristic world. Excuse me, by the way. We're living in this futuristic world where this VR game has kind of taken over, which I can really see happening in our existence now. I'm not going to dive into that too thoroughly here, but I would say, comparison-wise, the book 10 times better than the movie. I enjoyed the movie as its own thing, watching it before reading the book. If I was to have read the book first and then watched the film just doesn't deliver in so many ways. Again, don't get me wrong, good movie, standalone thing. The book it adds so many more things that would have been so great to see. The 80s time period that it kind of takes place in, as far as, I shouldn't say it takes place in, the 80s theming that is very popular in this futuristic world, takes place in the 2040s, really also speaks to me. I know I was born in 87, but it's still a lot of the culture that stuck through my childhood. A lot of songs, the birth of video games obviously is something that was big to me, so I followed a lot of that as I was growing up. So it was just neat to see all these big things, the DeLorean being his go-to set of wheels, classic Back to the Future stuff, Iron Giant making a lovely appearance. I'm trying not to give too many spoilers away. I highly recommend anybody who's into sci-fi pick it up, read it. Character interactions were all right. It was a decent group of friends. The biggest thing that you have to keep in mind when you're reading it is it's a very different world than we live in. So the social maturity and stuff like that is just not where we are. These kids are growing up in a world where, the online interaction, in a sense, your avatar with someone else's avatar, that's the type of socialization they're getting, and that's it, really. So you can see how it can be toxic in some ways, people getting misled, certain situations here and there. Try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I like the friend group that he has, Parzival, main character, H, great friend, Artemis is the love interest, Daito and Shoto, another group of the avid gamers pushing for the egg hunt. But yeah. Quick synopsis. James Holiday, brilliant man behind this computer software team. They started making games, then they turned to the simulation systems here, which is called the Oasis. Unleash it to the world. The world is kind of in this slummy not post-apocalyptic, but it's just not a great world to be a part of anymore. So what do? They turn away from reality. They put on the headset, they become someone else, and they live another life. People do this for work, for money. You can see how that's tempting, right? If we had headsets, jump in another world, you know what? Sign up. I'd be the first one there. I really would. But all in all, I do have to say, I found myself a lot of times not being able to put the book down. It grabbed me in a sense of I really wanted to know what was coming next. Each chapter ended, and I was, now what? And I had to do it. I read it pretty quick. I think the whole book in about, I'd say reading time, I don't know, 4 hours. Super impressed myself. Maybe not that. Maybe like 7, 8. I'm probably exaggerating. It felt like time flies. Time flies when you read something fun. So I'm reading Ready Player 2 now. I'll give you an update on that when we finish it. More books to come. We got a little book club going on, which is good times. So, as always, tomorrow, guys, hop to it. I'll see you there.